A storm is brewing between organized labor and the federal government, this time over a new National Industrial Relations Policy approved by the Federal Executive Council on July 31, 2025. In a strongly worded statement released by the NLC President Joe Ajaero, condemned the policy, warning that it seeks to criminalize strike actions and erode the rights of trade unions. Some civil society organizations have also condemned the new policy, calling it dead on arrival and expressing strong disapproval.
Agitation is a part of fundamental rights of human beings, and the labor unions are made up of human beings. The labor unions are human beings that are aggregated as a union under labor association. So it is their fundamental right to agitate, and you can never take it away from them, provided that such agitation is conducted within the confines of the law. That's all. In the course of agitation, if an agitator commits a crime, you separate the concept of agitation from the committal of crime. If in the course of agitation, an agitator demolishes or destroys public assets, it is no longer agitation. You can now charge the agitator for destruction of public assets. But to agitate lawfully is a fundamental right of every human being, and when they aggregate as a union or an association, it is still their right to agitate lawfully, legally, within the precincts of the law.
The Nigerian government has shifted to dialogue in handling strikes, but experts say core issues remain unresolved. Stakeholders fear the focus is more on limiting strike than tackling the root causes.
The approval of the National Industrial Policy by the Federal Executive Council is just another pointer to the fact that we are in a very despicable point as relates to labor rights in Nigeria right now. Rather than addressing the causes of agitations by workers, whether in the health sector or the police and other sectors, the government is going after trade unions, and this should not be. The causes of agitations in the different sectors is the poor wages and salaries, the poor working conditions, and this is what the government should be addressing rather than coming up with the policy, or rather than hastily approving a policy that is meant to gag workers, that is meant to curtail the activities of trade unions.
FEC can only make administrative laws to guide and control and regulate the administrative actions of the federal government. So their laws are essentially not laws stricto sensu. They are not laws simpliciter. Their laws are administrative laws that can at best be called administrative policies to regulate the actions and conduct of government.
The union reiterated that earlier draft aims to criminalize strike but were rejected as unconstitutional and contrary to Nigerian Constitution, the Trade Unions Act, an international labor convention that protects workers' rights to strike and take collective action.
Now, this new industrial policy, it says it aims to reduce the things that disrupt the workforce, because you see, industrial action at the end of the day, there is no winner. The employer loses productive time. The work process, the operations are disrupted, and even after the strike is over, to get things back running up again, definitely the downtime is a loss to either government, to even the employee, to the employer. Everybody takes a hit. So what government is saying is, rather than letting it get to that point, why don't we work on it in a harmonious way? I've always been an advocate of the fact that there's got to be a better solution than down tools.
What government should do as a body is to find out why the labor unions are agitating. And of course, in the labor union guidelines and the collective action and collective bargaining processes and procedures, there are set down procedures and timelines that need to be met before you go on industrial action. And once they have met those timelines and respected such provisions, they are free to go on agitation. They are free to go on strike. They are free to down tools. They are free to do everything within the law to press home their demand and draw government attention to themselves.
The NLC has vowed to resist the regressive industrial relation policy, warning that suppressing strike could threaten industrial peace. All eyes are now on the federal government to either reverse the policy or face strong labor pushback. Sydney Okafor for Anchor News.